Hi everyone, welcome back. This is part 2 about the eyes. In my last video I was given a sort of roundabout talk about vibrational state, and you can tell a lot by people's eyes. So part 2 will be covering what's behind the eyes, not in body but more of an attitude and how the eyes can deceive people. The best way to describe it is like chalk and cheese. Let's put it this way, I can't speak for other people, I can only speak for myself. I only know, later on in life now, I can judge people better than I ever used to. It could be either experience or I'm more in tune to a certain vibration. And in my last video, I talked about vibration, what is vibration and stuff like that to help you understand. So very briefly, vibration is how you're feeling. In other words, in a good mood, you're higher vibration. If you're feeling down, you're a lower vibration, as simple as that. And with the eyes, they are basically what you see in everything around you. But your eyes only are able to see very limited in our domain. I'll talk about when I say domain, in other words, the third dimension or the second dimension which we live in. There's other dimensions. There's quite a few, and I don't know how many there is, but I know there's a lot. And I will talk to you about what I know, and I find it very fascinating. But I'm not going to deviate off of somewhat about the eyes and what's behind the eyes. When I say what's behind the eyes, it's more like what the person is and what they are. So these mediums, they know what I'm talking about because, right, this can get a bit in depth, but I'll try to make it as easy as possible for you. Not trying to scare you, but when you sort of dive into these sort of realms, you discover things that most people don't know about. And I've discovered things that most people don't know about. And mediums will probably know about what I'm talking about. And when I say, how's the best way to describe it? Sorry, I've got a doggy in my lap. I can hear someone walking around upstairs, and that's probably my daughter, my wife. So anyway, sorry about that. So very briefly, I'll say the cover of a book is your eyes, and the book itself is what's inside the book. So the old saying is never judge a book by its cover. So in other words, don't be deceived by what the eyes show you. So it's what's behind the eyes, and it's like the personality, what's controlling that entity inside them. So let's put it this way, I know myself because of what type of entity I am. I'm a human, and my spirit is the spirit that resides inside my body. My spirit at the moment is in high vibration, and I feel grounded and I feel quite happy. And I like talking about this subject. So passing on my information to you will help you. My medium friends that are out there listening to me, you know where I'm coming from. So what I'm going to discuss is, how do I phrase this? Entities and, how do I put it? There's human entities, there's extraterrestrial entities, and there's other types of entities. And when I say other types of entities, it's more like some can be benevolent, some can be non-benevolent. In other words, benevolent means peaceful, non-benevolent is more non-peaceful. So most of the time, it depends what the spirit attracts to it, or that spirit. Meaning, so give an example for me. For example, I'll speak for me. Is what's attached to my spirit. In other words, okay, you have your family, your pets, and their spirits, past, future, and present. And that's another talking about future and past and present. And I'll discuss that in another video. So when I know I start deviating off of subject here, but what it boils down to is your spirit, what is attracted to your spirit, what is attached to your spirit, what type of attachment is it, and will it be good, bad, or benevolent, and it's what that, well, I'll class it as an entity at the moment. It can take different forms, it can be different vibrational states, it can be different types of entity. It very much depends of what you're vibrating, where you've been, what's attached to you, and I'll be covering ways I protect myself and to ward off, basically. So that'll be in another video, and my spiritual friends that are watching this understands that. So if you invoke something like let's get the words right, violet flame of protection, and you say that 3 times, that works for me, and I'll say how far I want it around me, and that works. If that's not strong enough, I'll use something a bit more powerful. And the other thing is, you can always tell them to go. They've served their purpose, but they're no longer required, and you can ask them to move on and to depart from your realm and go back to the light. That's other ways, and then you can use a bit more force if you wish to in the words you use, the vibration you use, and so on and so forth. And then you become into the crystal realms of using crystals, which are very powerful. And then you can also invoke, I won't talk about it a lot, but there's elementals, but there's also other spiritual guides, your spirit guides, your guardians, and all sorts of things like that. There's a whole vast of army of good, and you can also ask God, and yeah, it goes on and on and on. So you have a big arsenal of goodness there, but you just need to know how to use it. I've only really had a few occasions where I've really had to use the violet flame of protection and go a little bit further than that, but most of the time it does the job. So, and most of the time that's when I was doing UFO research, just for protection and stuff like that. I've also done meditation. I know this is started about eyes, but it goes very deep, and it's quite long and lengthy with about eyes and what the person is behind it. So This is already nearly up to 10 minutes, which it is now. So where I'm going with this is basically is the person that they are and the person that they portray and that type of spirit that they are and the vibrational state of that spirit. The law is put it this way. You attract what you give out. In other words, you attract high spirit. If you vibrate a high spirit, you attract low vibration. If you're at a low vibrational state, it's very much defending yourself against low vibration. Vibration is, as I say, is what you resonate at. In other words, when I say resonate, it's what your feelings are, what your moods are, doing things that are positive, working with colours, working with spirits, working with positive energies, and working with crystals, working for the greater good, with God and the higher spirits, working with Jesus and all those positive energies. So there's a lot to it. And I know it's all started from eyes, but it's a big, big subject. So your eyes are a doorway to the person that is, or the spirit that is behind the eyes inside the body. So in a nutshell, we'll call this the eyes into the spirit, or something to that effect. So anyway, without further ado, I think we'll end this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give us a thumbs up, and if you want to subscribe, please do so, and just hit the little bell icon and then hit hit the bell icon and then click the all, and then you'll be notified of all the lovely videos coming up. So until the next one, we'll see you shortly. Bye for now, and thank you.